Floyd Shivambu did not look at simple matters of governance. A territorial or ancestral party was categorized by him as a dynamic party. If you happen to see him, tell him about the accompanying. The Inkata Opportunity Party is being replaced by the MK Party in Section 2 of the Ancestral/Provincial Legislative Problems. Before we continue, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the notification bell so as to get all our updates. These are the facts of today. In its most notable elections in 1994, the IFP received 2 million votes, or 10% of the total. That said, KwaZulu Natal accounted for 90% of those votes. Similar to MK in that it started with the precise amount of 2 million. Similar to one another, the MK and Inkata get 90% of the votes from KZN and slightly less from Gauteng and Mpumalanga. Because KwaZulu Natal people are not idiots, they quit the IFP after realizing it was an ancestral/provincial party. The KZN that they were managing was lost. The MK party will experience the same thing. People from KZN will leave that provincial/ancestral party because they need to be significant in matters of public legislation. They must be members of an ideological organization that is present across Mzansi. The MK party's political contest has resulted in a reordering of choices after the 1994 IFP. IFP received KZN votes to rank second. With KZN votes, the MK party is the opposition to authority. This deceptive business model that is hereditary will eventually collapse. It will not endure over time. Sovereign Mangosuthu Buthelezi was a pioneer in the field of ancestral legislative concerns. He gave Jacobzuma the power. Will Floyd Shivambu, who hardly speaks any other language save English, take the lead in ancestral governmental matters in the near future? Maybe Ngizwi, but Floyd, I wonder. Once more, following a breakdown in discussions between the Democratic Alliance, DA, and the African National Congress, ANC, over a government of local unity, GNU, political tensions in Gauteng have increased. The largest opposition party in South Africa, the DA, has officially terminated talks with its GNU partner, claiming the ANC has lost control over its own people in Gauteng. The impasse between the two biggest political parties in the nation serves as a reminder of how difficult coalition politics can be, particularly in large cities where neither party has a clear majority. In South Africa, where no one party has enough authority to rule alone, attempts to create inclusive government in municipalities provide the basis for the concept of a GNU. Although uncommon in South African politics, these kinds of agreements have been discussed in regions when political impasse or problems in governance are ongoing. In the past, the ANC and DA have discussed creating a single local government in the Gauteng area, where coalitions have had difficulty exercising effective leadership, particularly in important metropolises like Johannesburg and Tshwane. But South Africa's coalition administrations have shown to be brittle, and the most recent collapse in the GNU negotiations underscores the difficulties in establishing such partnerships. The recent upheaval has dealt a serious blow to expectations of stabilizing administration in Gauteng's main municipalities, where political infighting and poor service delivery have made citizens more and more irate. The DA leadership accused the governing party of being unable to manage its own deployees in Gauteng when it announced the end of discussions. The DA contends that any significant progress toward a unity government has been hampered by the ANC's provincial leadership, which has enabled factionalism and internal conflicts to permeate the province's administration. Salim Semanga, the head of the Democratic Alliance, DA, in Gauteng, voiced alarm over the deteriorating relationship between the two parties, saying that it was now hard to believe that the ANC would follow through on the GNU discussions. We have reached a point where it is clear that the ANC cannot control its own deployees in Gauteng, Semanga said. The chaos and infighting within the ANC has spilled over into local government, and we cannot be part of that dysfunction. Semanga's remarks reveal the DA's growing dissatisfaction with the ANC's alleged mishandling of its provincial formations. Reports of ANC council members and regional leaders disobeying orders from the national leadership are among them. According to the DA, it is hard to reach any kind of long-term governance agreements with the ANC because of this lack of cohesion. The ANC has long been plagued by internal power disputes, especially in Gauteng. Factional